All right. It's the Pro Draft of College Basketball General Manager, CBGM, running Draft Day Sports Pro, College Basketball 2023, and this is Pro Basketball 2023 to be able to see the import, the link of the leagues together. And yeah, so let's get to the action. I'm going to post that we are now live, especially for people in the league. So we'll put that out, put this out, maybe a little Twitter. I'll do it in a Pro Basketball Wolverine Studios channel, so that should be all right. And leagues. And one tweet soon. So the top 25, as you can see this year, is already on our ticker at the bottom. So what you'll see is Louisville, the preseason favorite. Louisville and Dame are usually considered on paper the best teams when they go match up. Okay, so I believe that was on my screen, so apologize. All right, so now we're going to go do a tweet. Okay, so let me just make sure that we got everything here. Twitter, really quick. Let's put this out. That hashtag's pretty lame. Okay. PC. Okay, let's get back to the action. Not sure who's here. Probably not a lot of people, but we're going to run this draft. So let's take a look. So Rob Stooks was definitely probably the best player out of college last year. He scored 26.5 for VCU. That's Yaz's team in the CBGM. 26-11. So I would expect him to go pretty early. I thought Rob Stevenson might be a little higher here. We don't see him, but Tim McDavid with Tyson Fox, who's just a great guard out of Villanova, as well as Kevin Miles out of Louisville, that wing there. Major Brown is a G League Ignite player, so we don't know what he's really about. Interesting that they put something there, so I've never seen that. Pick the college or they pick the database. That might be a defect. Okay, so anyways, through point guards, we got Brown, Freeman, Kisslinger, Tyler. Shooting guards, Johnson, Pepper, Coop Williams. Kevin Miles at the wing. We got Josh Campbell out of San Diego State. We got Bo Walker. We got Brian Randall out of Butler. And it's the bigs that are good. Rob Stevenson won the championship for Dave Galindo, so he's a big name. That's someone to look out for. I think whoever gets him pro, or definitely, hey, Bubba, good to see you in the chat. Definitely good to see him. And centers, Jamar Sanders, Gabe Scott, Greenwald, Crawford, Roma is also really nice. All right, so here we go. Let's go do this draft. It's midday where I live, so. All right, give hope to a fan base. The montage, electrify a city. Let's see who they pump up here. Top pick is the Mavs. An aging Luka Doncic. He still won MVP last year. Stole it back from Trae Young. He's looking for some help. Oh, an Illinois sighting there for Jedi. Interesting. And there's Lloyd's guy. Single choice, blah, blah. Okay, let's get to the action anyway. We're still just going to keep showing stuff. All right, so we're at the draft. We're at the top pick. And let's kick this thing off, huh? All right, so we're at the Mavs, first overall pick. My projection, they should take Rob Stoops. But who knows who they take at this point. I've seen some weird stuff happen in these drafts. All right, and we're going to get the top pick. Tim McDavid out of Oklahoma. So the mock draft was correct. They're going to take that guard, keep him somewhat within that vicinity. So the Oklahoma, Texas region. Seems like someone who's a bit more local. So he's the top pick of the draft. So Dave Sparkon has a player pro who is a top pick. Next up, Pacers. They got Dan McRae. They got Steve Robertson out of Prairie View. They're going to need some help. If they get Stooks here, that's, they're pretty set. So, all right. Coffee's always into seeing where Butler goes. There's like 10 Butler players. So, all right. This has to be Stooks or Stevenson. Stevenson, if they get the Michigan colors, that'd be all right. So it's going to be Stooks. He was definitely the best player. So he's got to cut down on his turnovers because he has the ball in his hands the whole game. And phenomenal stamina. This guy is amazing. Was the best player. I think he was the Indy MVP. All right. Gilia's in the chat, so we got some league people. That's good. All right. Sixers are up. Major Brown, they're saying, could be a player. Tyson Fox, Nova, that would be a good pick. That's the one I would take here. There you go. Stevenson, so the champ in that top three. Deservingly so. I mean, like, he had played great games. This is like the new Embiid of the Sixers. Embiid's, I think, retired now in this game. So, Sixers get a big. McDavid, Stooks, Stevenson. I don't know much about McDavid. Or McDevitt, whatever we want to call it. But anyways, Pels are up. Tyson Fox would be good. Their lineup doesn't really rotate in that quickly, so let's just see what's up. All right. Tyson Fox it is. They got a lot to say about him, about strengths. So his jump shot, he's not releasing it at the top of his leap. He's kind of a lazy shooter. I guess you got to find a weakness somewhere. Huh? But interesting that the scouting gets that much depth. All right, we're at the Suns at the 5th pick. Theo Maledon, whatever, Ewing. They need help, so let's see what they do. And a trade's going on. So there's a Butler sighting for Coffee. The Spurs get rattled. Magic are going to get a first. They're going to get Ramsey and Brendan Johnson out of Kentucky. So looked like a pretty good guard last season. He's going to the Suns, so that's almost like trying to relive the Devin Booker kind of path with a Kentucky player at the guard position. So Pistons are deep. This is a good team pro. They got Archibald Boyd, center that was out of Oregon. He's really good. I believe that's what they have. Or did they make the Holloway trade? I forget now. But Eloy would be all right. Sanders, let's see who they take here at number 6. Major Brown. So I know nothing about this guy. And we'll see how he does. So they go G League. At least his name's kind of cool. And we're up next. We got the clip. So I think some of y'all might actually get an ad break for 2 minutes. That might be coming up in about a minute or so. So now it finally tells me that it's going to happen. What I'll do is, actually, I could probably snooze it, but I don't know if that's for me. I'll see if it snoozes it. It says ads are snoozed for 5 minutes. Anyways, maybe you won't get an ad now. Okay, so clip are coming up. Jeremy Houston trade underway. So side deals. Jeremy Houston looks like another G Leaguer. So we got 2 out of the first 6 picks. G League Ignite. Next up, the Nug, the championship Nug. So they keep fleecing teams. Right now, JoJo Crowell's unsigned. They ended up getting Andy Morris and this pick. So I don't know. The Knicks, terrible GM. And the Nug get Tim Tyler out of Chuck's St. Mary's team. That's who Crowell's going to get for some help if he leaves. Actually, he might be the replacement if JoJo actually would sign somewhere else. The guy's won 4 championships for Denver already. So, just a little fact dropping, some NBGM stats. All right, Hawks up next. And they go. Baylor's Jamar Sanders. So, we're almost out of the top 10. 2 picks to go. The Baylor pick is in. All right, we're at the Jazz. So they got Tyshawn Dahl, a guy I have a lot of respect for. Got me my only championship. That diaper dandy, he's now an all-star. He's been worked his way up. The Jazz take another Chuck player. So Chuck, Gabe Scott, he goes at the 10th pick, and he's a big. So this is a center being taken even before Crawford, even before Roma, even before Grenwald. So it's Scott who's being taken even before those guys. And there's a lot of good bigs in this draft. And I don't think they'll be disappointed if someone gets a Roma or whatnot. All right, Jedi. So in the top 10, his player John Mason, looking veteran-like already. He's taken 10th overall. So interesting. There's still some players out there. Magic could use a big. They got Precious Achua trying to win championships for them. The guys in here are the bigs. They're not very good. So Chesley needs some help. Chesley McKee needs big help. And Chesley's going to get San Diego State's Josh Campbell. So 6'3", a little bit of a tweener, small forward, shooting guard. Shooting guard seems more likely pro, but he likes playing forward, so maybe he's scrappy. Maybe he's kind of got that Rip Hamilton quality to him. I don't know, but he's a wing and he's going to the Magic to help Chesley. Okay, Bucks up next. Still players out there. Eloy, some names, some CBGM names. Bo Walker is the next one off the list. So 2 Baylor players now. Two Baylor players in the draft. And let's see who else is up. The Heat are up. The Heat is on. And they got Archibald Boyd, so that's my mistake. They traded Hall away to the Pistons, and now with Boyd was their swap. Kevin Miles out of Louisville. So he gets taken before Eloy, L-E, whatever you pronounce his name. Kevin Miles is going to Miami. All right, next up. Will be for the Bulls of Chicago. Trade Warhank. That was Ohio State's great player. They took him to the finals in the last couple of years. trade there. So he goes to Sacramento, and Arizona's Nathan Pepper is selected. And we're in the middle of the first round. So now we're at 16, Sacramento Kings. They still got Halliburton here. They never made that Sabonis trade when we started. They end up taking, oh, here's the deal, LaShawn Neal. I believe he was, is he out of Arizona? This is always a test in my memory. Richard was out of Notre Dame. Peterson out of Dame. So he's in the first round. He's off to the Kings. We got Grizz. We got my Raps coming up at number 19. Grizz won a championship 2 years ago. So John Morant, he's going to add Eric Freeman. Freeman out of St. Mary's. And so Chuck's got a third player drafted, so that's all right. And we're at the Rockets at the 18th pick now. Might give an ad break. Actually, it says soon. So, yeah. So let's see the Nets. Who are they going to take? We're getting into the crappier teams now in our pro game. Side deals going on. Pels and Pistons, and then Clarence Cressy out of Butler. So Coffee has got his first pick, I think. So the guy doesn't even have one of the better stats, 6.6 a game. He gets taken. I think there will be an ad break coming, actually, so I'll just leave that in a bit. So my Raptors, let's get this pick in before that break comes in. We got Louisville's Eloy, whatever you want to call him. Eloy. So Cards, the Raptors, and Louisville, they work together here. We got the Blazers up. Marco Logan, huge star, almost won it all for Baylor that year. But Marco Logan's amazing, such a good player. He needs help. He's going to get Kisslinger out of Florida. Bubba, you got him. So hopefully you saw that before any ads come in. Kisslinger is going to the Blaze to join Marco Logan as the other guard. And interesting fact drops at the bottom there. I was just reading, saying, oh, Rattle was the last Butler player taken in a draft, or da-da-da-da-da. So there's some depth to the database lookups for the TV presentation here. All right, next up. Bryant Fox, G League. No, Bubba, that sucks. I was just hollering out for Kiss. He's going to be the guard that plays with Marco Logan. And, yeah, Florida with that pick. All right, Jazz are up. First round, 22nd overall. We got Llewellyn Turner out of Butler. So he has had hardly any run. Wanted to go in the draft. It seems like it paid off. Didn't even play basically last year. Into the first round in the pro game. And he's a first rounder. Almost as bad as Coffee. What's that guy? Sasa Rukovina, whatever. Where's that first overall Euro import, or Russian, or whatever he was? Okay, we got Magic. More help in the first round for Chesley. So they got someone earlier. And their help's going to be Crawford from Butler. So here goes Coffee's guys. He's the center that's going to be with Chesley. And I got They got Butler alumni in Orlando going on. So rebuilding the greatest players out of the Bulldogs. And Chesley is going to be joining up with Crawford. Okay, so Thunder up next. Shane Wilkins. So it's the Butler draft now. So these are all late firsts. And the Pacers. And the Pacers did get help for Steve Roberts. They had a pick earlier as well. Did they take Stooks? I think they were the second overall pick, right? So they must have. All right, they're going to get Broma. So what a draft. I think this is a steal. He's kind of undersized. He seemed really good. Look at those stats, like 23 and 10. And joining Stooks, I think. So, damn, what a draft for the Pacers. Indiana. So telling us that Clay was taken at this pick in 2011. So could this be a lucky Warriors pick? They're going to get Greenwald. So the bigs are coming now. I was wondering when these guys would get taken. So he's another really good big. Look at this guy, double-double machine, 16 and 12. He's going to Warriors. They already have Wiseman in this game. They kept him. He's playing really well, but he's aging a little bit. And next up, oh, this is a big deal. So Stevenson, is that the draft pick? Sixers ship him out already for the sharpshooting Corey Dix at a Dame. I guess a contract dump of John Collins and a second. So Rob Stevenson, the story already, this is the AI. Sixers ship him out. They want Corey Dix instead. And they're looking for his scoring, and they just dumped the third overall pick. Wow. Clippers are up. They just acquired Rob Stevenson there, so that story's changed quite fast. And Bam Adebayo, he's aging, so don't worry about that too much. There's a quick swap. But Jim Morris out of West Virginia. And the Wiz are up. They had an amazing season. So Tyronn Lue won Coach of the Year, 60 wins somehow. And the Nugget a late first as well. So their next pick. Hey, this is interesting because when do we see seniors? Look at the size of Nene Morera. 7'3", 288. When do we see the size of these guys? Like, that's a big dude. And that's a senior coming out of Oregon. He was a solid center. He's going to be a little bit older coming in the league, but we'll see how he does versus the potential players, the youth. And we got Nug, the last pick of the first round. We're going to get Louisville's Chris Green. And we're into the second round now, so we're going to keep this moving a little faster. Let's keep it rolling. And next up for the Nets. So here's the deal. Sales love it. They're swapped out. West Virginia with another player in the second round. 18 a game for West Virginia. He's a solid contributor. We'll see how he does with the Nets in the second round. And Cavs are up. Tang Evans, Crichton. So I think Tang, I don't think he was recruited. I think he was a transfer. I definitely didn't recruit him, but was kind of one of the better Crichton players to get them into the tourney. They lost first round. I kind of tanked their team. For anyone who doesn't know, I used to run Crichton and won a championship with them, but now yeah. All right, next up with the Suns. Second round, they take out of Arkansas, Mike Rose. All right. So Sacramento is up, second round. Kings take Chris Wheats, not from CBGM. Bagley, Shelton moving around. Shelton, I think he was on Louisville at some point. Chris Wheat, G League. He's picked. And Pistons are up. They're going to get Mike Tyler out of Maryland. So Coffee gets to watch another player get picked. And Sixers are up. Sixers with that crazy trade that just happened. Chad Brown, Baylor. So they're taking a project here. And Pacers again. So they've had, I think, the best draft. Hopefully they don't trade all their guys. They have Roma. They took Stooks. They said they took Al Harrington here in 98. Did they take Stooks? But right now they have Jason Tatum as well. So I guess on the depth chart. Dwiggins out of Oklahoma. James Dwiggins. So another big backup for Roma. Pacers are going to be an interesting team. Steve Robertson as well at the guard position. So they're looking all right. Wiz with that big season, they must have acquired this pick because it's 38. And 60 and 22, just amazing. All right, another G League guy, Charles Day. All right, Hawks are up, second round. Let's get this going here. Mich State, Mark Jackson. All right, Jazz are up next. And Jazz will add Tyler Betts out of Texas. All right, Lakers are up. Lake Show. They're going to take Callaway out of Baylor. Baylor's got like 4 or 5 picks in this draft, so that's some depth. All right, Spurs up, minute 32 to go, 42nd pick. Rico Boyce, I don't know anything about this player, but I know BJ Anderson is on the Spurs. All right, we got Bucks, 43rd pick. We got Merritt Crooks. So if Kev's here, Kisslinger is traded. Wow. Okay, Bubba, I don't know if you see this, but Bo Walker is now going to be with Logan. Kisslinger, you may have left this draft, is now on the Bucks. So PB23 AI at work. And he's gone. Short-lived. All right, heater up. Ryan White, Tennessee. 10 a game. They got to the finals, him and Martin Crooks, and just weren't able to win it all. Or was it? No, my apologies. So Final Four, UConn. And then Colorado played Michigan, and Michigan won. So yeah, sorry about that. And up next, that's Brian Randall, more Butler players. I think there's like 5 here that entered the draft, all 5 drafted. Okay, and Dallas is up next. And Dwayne Beck out of Georgetown. So I think Gabe is running Georgetown. He's got a draft pick here. He's going to be trying to help the rebuild in Dallas. And Magic up next. Tony Finger joins the Magic. So we don't have a CBGM player. They're going to try a project here. Still a lot of these guys being chosen over our CBGM players. That's unfortunate. And after that, we got Justin Williams to the Thunder in Oklahoma. So we're into almost the last 5 or 6 picks of the draft. Justin Williams drafted. Who will be taken and who will be Summer League invites? Let's keep looking. We got with the Bulls 55, Melvin Herron, Nebraska. So Nebraska is another Gabe, I think, team. And next up for Golden State, Salvador Baricello out of Temple. So someone is running Temple. I think it's Dave Sparkin. All right, so this guy really talking trash here on that. It's a late second rounder, not a big deal. All right, Miami Heat. Derek Ware, Ohio State. We got 2-3 picks to go. And we're at the Celtics. Celtics take Sean Formoselle. There you go, Agelia. There's a name that you know. Was he French? Spanish? Anyways, by the time they enter this pro game, they all assimilate or nationalize, and now they go with American flags coming from the CBGM NCAA. 2 more picks. Wizards, Nuggets. Wiz take Jevin Dooley. And we're into the last pick of the draft. Bubba, if you're still here, you got a player. Second last. Florida. And last but not least in the NBA, because it's not the easiest to get drafted, but there's lots of free agents to the champs, will be Jared Hearns. So Jackson has one. Jackson Cowart. He's got a player going now. So thanks everybody. That wraps up the draft, and that'll wrap up the stream. So thanks again for coming out, and check out the CBGM.